Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 3:35 a.m. in Tehran, Iran. It is 3 a.m. in Israel and 3 a.m. in Ukraine. And right now, all three of those locations are boiling like crazy. For the last couple of hours, Donald Trump has went unhinged with his tweets. The White House is tweeting. The media is going crazy. The Security Council is being gathered there in D.C. Donald Trump has left the G7 meetings and he has threatened the people of Tehran, get out now or you will die. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you there is a lot coming into play at the same time. While all of that is happening, Ukraine is suffering from probably what will end up being the largest strike on it since the war began. Kyiv is being hammered by drones and missiles and hypersonic missiles, and there are now multiple waves coming. Interesting timing for that. But we may go live later. We may drop another video, but this needs to be documented right now. Please share this because this is exactly what is happening. Donald Trump at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tweeted, Iran should have signed the deal. I told them to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Now, that's just an hour and a half ago, but that's just the beginning. How big is Iran? This is just a side note. Tehran, 10 million people in the urban area, 17 million people in the metro area, and Iran has a population of 91 million. There you go. White House then shares Donald Trump's truth, but with a nuance. They shared the exact statement. Iran should have signed the deal. I told them to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. And then they highlighted in yellow, everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Now, we either have a very hardball play to try to make Iran come to the negotiating table and basically surrender, give up everything, or there is a situation going on where escalation is imminent. Those are the only two options we have, but both have to be viewed at, or both have to be looked at to be reputable. We're looking for the truth and we're trying to share exactly what is happening. So it's either crazy one way or crazy the other way, but regardless, this is what is happening. Now, it continues. At 7:18 p.m., Donald Trump tweeted again. America first means many great things, including the fact that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Make America great again. I don't understand. Why do you tweet that as the president of the United States? I mean, I understand if you're trying to pressure, but you're the president of the United States. Just say it and do it and lead. This is not a show. 7:25 p.m., the show gets worse. This is the frustrating part. Somebody please explain to kooky Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon so we can see the MAGA world going completely implosion. That's what's happening, but that's not the topic right now. But you can see all of this unfolding. While Donald Trump is supposed to be heading back, leaving the G7 on an emergency, he has time to tweet about kooky Tucker Carlson. I don't get it, guys, when we're on the brink of World War III. Now it continues. Yes, we have confirmation that President Trump scheduled to leave G7 summit in Canada early on Monday, June 16th, after the dinner with heads of state. He will return to D.C. He's already on his way. Reason for early departure. According to the White House press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, the reason for the early departure is to attend to important matters, specifically referencing the escalating crisis in the Middle East with Israel and Iran trading attacks. Leavitt noted the potential for the conflict to spiral into a broader regional conflict. That's what we have. But guys, look over on the right there. You can see the picture of Zelensky. They were supposed to meet tomorrow. Now there's no meeting between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky. Isn't that interesting? It continues. 7:40 p.m. A massive warning from Iran. It was all in Farsi. I translated it. Warning in the next few hours. The Air Force and Air Force of the Islamic Revolution Guards will carry out a targeted attack against the occupied territories in response to the direct aggression of the Zionist regime against civilian areas. Remember the television strike video from earlier today. Every city, facility, or center located within the boundaries of the occupied zone. That's our military target. And then, of course, they mark it as the entire nation of Israel. That's what we have continuing. Then 7:53 p.m., and this is just right up to this recording, Trump has demanded that the National Security Council be prepared to work in the White House Situation Room immediately upon his return. I can tell you after 7:53 p.m., the Chinese embassy has ordered a mandatory evacuation of all its Chinese civilians and workers there at the embassy in Israel. They must evacuate immediately. Pete Hegseth has also ordered the naval defenses in the Mediterranean region to go to high alert. So this is what we're looking at up to the moment now. Thank you for sharing this. We're trying to get it out. We may need to go live. Make sure your notification bell is on, or we'll update you. And while we're doing that, please, tonight, everybody remember Ukraine. They're getting absolutely hit very hard. We have loss of life, many wounded, and tons of damage in Kyiv and other cities. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. We'll be back.